Brothers, what's up, man? How y'all been, bro? I hope y'all been grinding. Welcome back to another one, dog. And it's gonna be like a raw video, you know what I'm saying? It's not scripted or nothing, but I'm just gonna get into it. Like lately, bro, I've been in my head a lot, you know what I'm saying? I've been in my head a lot about how I've been saying I wanna go harder, you know what I'm saying? I wanna push myself to greater heights, but my efforts haven't been showing it, you know. Lately my efforts been showing mediocrity, um, contentment. You know what I'm saying? Just being comfortable with where I'm at, but at the same time, I'm upset with where I'm at because I know I'm not giving my all into my goals and my standards that I have for myself, right? And like I said, like 2 days ago, bro, we had like a thing at my job where the officer of the quarter, you know what I'm saying, on whatever shift he get appointed on, that shift eats. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. But that shift eats. I had meal prep and I recently just told my coworker, man, I'm tired of eating fast food. I'm not gonna eat this, da 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 da. Fast forward, some pizza come. I had way too many slices. And I was just eating it, eating it, eating it, eating it, eating. Then we had cake and I was just eating and eating and eating and eating and eating. For 2 days, bro. 2 days. I felt like shit. And I was just like, bro, I keep telling myself I'm gonna change, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But when the time or the opportunity presents itself for me to act out on what I said I'm gonna do, I don't show up for myself. And that right there is what causes me to lose trust and confidence within myself because I'm constantly lying to myself. And I was just battling with that. I'm like, Jeremiah, you keep saying you're gonna change. You keep saying you want more. You keep saying you want to build a brand that reflects who you are. You keep saying you want to lead other men. You want to do this. You want to do that. But you're not doing it for yourself. So how can you help others? And I was just dealing with that for so long, bro. I'm just like, bro, you have to get out of your head. Okay, you fucked up. Okay, you feel bad. Okay, you feel like shit. But guess what? You still went to the gym. You still did 30 minutes of cardio. Because it's happened Friday. That's how I remember now. You still did 30 minutes of cardio, which was yesterday, which was Saturday. And you still showing up for yourself. You still posting on your story. You still waking up early in the morning. You might go back to sleep just for a little bit longer, but you're still waking up. And the reason I made that decision was simply because I'm reinforcing an identity that I no longer want to adapt. That's the identity of the old version of myself. You know what I'm saying? Me simply choosing comfort over discomfort. Cause I'm not gonna lie, bro. Breaking old habits is it's hard. Especially when you've been reinforcing this for like so long. It's hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is not like an easy task. It's not no, I stopped this today. I won't be doing it tomorrow. No, bro. This take repetition, 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 and it takes time. And that's what I wasn't like fully comprehending at that time. I'm like, okay, Jeremiah, look, you knew you weren't supposed to eat this food, but you allow your environment, your coworkers, to have an influence on you to the point to where you would have felt guilty about saying no. You got the warning where one of your coworkers said, pizza is one of those things that I eat. And if I eat one slice, I will overindulge. So I'm gonna just have this one slice and I'm gonna walk out. Same with Kate. That was your sign. But you looked at that and you ignored it. And by you ignoring that sign, that caused you to overeat, that caused you to overindulge, that caused you to gain some weight, that caused you to look sluggish and feel sluggish within the mirror. Because I take my diet serious, bro. And I feel like if I put bullshit into my body, my performance will be bullshit. And it's not necessarily based on how I feel, like emotion wise. It's just my body because I have control over that. My emotions gonna fluctuate regardless, and I have control on how I react to that. But in that moment, I decided to ignore all the signs, all the warnings, and I went head first into what was pleasurable to me in the moment. And by me choosing the current moment over my future self, that caused me to be upset with myself. It caused me to want to, you know, just just be so mad at myself, bro. While I'm wasting time playing a game, trying to get instant gratification. And I'm like, Jeremiah, this is not helping you. This will not help you create an income to where you can leave your job. This will not help you, you know, lead other men, change other people's lives, because you are running from you are running from the discomfort, and you are choosing to indulge in comfort. And the same thing you are choosing to indulge within is causing you to stay stuck. It's causing you to still be here. But you say you want more for yourself. How can you want more if you constantly lying to yourself? If you not writing down your goals every day? How can you want more? If you're not showing up for yourself, even on the days when you don't want to, how can you want more? Because it's not going to come out of thin air. You have to put in the work. You have to go hard. You have to tell yourself enough is enough. You have to constantly reinforce that identity within your mind of the man you know you can become and who you are becoming. And you must fully kill the current version of yourself who is reinforcing the identity of who you no longer want to be. And yes, it's hard work. Of course, I get it. It's hard for me. But by me taking a full accountability and not blaming it on nobody else is what's going to give me a head. It was going to help me continuously move that needle in my life. Because I could easily be like, is this person's fault? Is that person's fault? And I could hide my hand. Or I could just be like, okay, I ate that food. I overindulged in it. I knew I wasn't supposed to, but yet I still did it. I was afraid to say no to my coworkers because I cared about how they felt and what they would have thought when they were still talking about the same dude who chose to eat his meal prep and not overindulge in the bullshit we was eating in. And that same guy is staying focused on his purpose while I'm not staying focused on my purpose. Because if I decided to take that same route that this guy took, who decided to put his purpose over the present moment, I would have been in the same boat as him. I would have been talked about just like my coworkers talking about him. Because if they talk about you if they talk about somebody else in front of your face, guaranteed they are talking about you behind your back. You can believe that if you want or not. Regardless, you're gonna get talked about. You're going to get talked about. So why waste your time being around people who overindulge in things that doesn't better their health? Like today at work, bro. One of my coworkers said he'll never buy water. And I'm just listening to the conversation. I didn't even indulge into it for real. I'm just listening. Him and another coworker talking about water and shit. And I'm like, you ain't never about water. He's like, nah, because water free. So I'm like, okay. I'm not even gonna say nothing else. And he was like, I've been drinking tap water for years. He an older guy, right? He's an older guy. And he was like, it hasn't done nothing to him. Then the other guy was like, yeah, I drink, if I'm not mistaken, he said like, I'll say rainwater, like water, something like that. He drank it out of there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay. But he like his wife, she like bottled water. But he'll never buy no water. He'll rather drink faucet water. I'm like, okay. Then he said this. I would rather buy a drink I know that isn't healthy for me than to buy a bottle of water. And I'm thinking about that. And I'm examining her and I'm looking at him. I'm just like, is this somewhere that I want to be at when I'm at that age? Is that the same mindset I want to have when I'm at that age? Do I still want to be working here when I'm at that age? Because while I see myself going, I would need a different perspective on a lot of things, right? And I know it's gonna be uncomfortable. I know it's gonna be hard to have to break away from old habits, old beliefs. And when he was saying all that, bro, I'm just like, dude, that's the craziest thing I ever heard. I'm saying this in my head because I'm like, you would rather buy something that's damaging your health than to buy something that's good for your health. It doesn't make sense. Tap water is just as bad. Like, you feel me? So it's just like, bro, your perspective, your belief is what will keep you stuck. If you don't change your thought process, how you view things, how you see things, you will forever remain stuck. But that starts with a choice. You have to first make that decision. You have to be willing to make certain sacrifices within your life. It's going to change and challenge the way you think, the way you view things, the way you see yourself, the way you act towards yourself, and the way you do things. You have to make that decision. You have to be willing to upset certain like people within your life on this journey because the route you are taking is very uncomfortable. You are exposing people flaws to themselves because of who you are becoming. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's very uncomfortable. Yes, you're not going to be liked by a lot of people, but does that matter? Does that really matter, bro? Because the longer you care about how other people view you, the longer you will stay stuck with the current version of who you are. You got to make a decision and you got to make a choice. This is your life. And you can live your life trying to please others, or you can live your life trying to please your future by sacrificing the moment for your future just so you can be able to do things that others who sacrifice their future for the moment. You're not going to miss out on anything, bro. I get experiences in life is very important, but certain experiences do not need to be experienced. You can learn from other people's mistakes. You ain't got to go through that same shit. But if you want to be hard headed, go ahead, experience it, and watch where it gets you. I made mistakes in my life I'm not proud of that made me the man I am now. But I'm not afraid to own up to those mistakes and admit that it was my fault. I might not have been consciously aware at the time, but reflecting back, I'm like, a lot of that is my fault. Like when I was smoking weed and I wanted to kill myself numerous of times. That was my fault for picking up that blunt at the time and smoking it. That was my fault being around the wrong group of people and smoking it, being influenced by the wrong group of people, bro, and not really knowing myself. Breaking women's heart, playing with other women's emotions and feelings until I got my heart broken. I seen how that shit felt. Being insecure about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And working on myself every day just to be able to embrace those insecurities and be able to talk about it openly. I'm not perfect, bro. I'm not perfect, and I don't try to uphold a perfect image. I can't. So you have to get out of your mind, man. Because your mind will hold you back from so much. You constantly sitting in your thoughts, wondering where my life gonna be at, where am I gonna end up at. That's for you to decide, bro. Can't nobody else make that choice for you but you. This is your life. You know you tired of that job. You know you tired of being with your parents. You know you tired of that relationship. You know you tired of that friend group. You know you tired of that environment, bro. But guess what? You can make the decision now to do something about that. Even if you're not financially stable to move out, you can watch certain videos on YouTube that strengthen your mind, like this one, that strengthen your beliefs in yourself. But you have to be willing to make that sacrifice. You have to be willing to sit there, look foolish in front of other people as you are working on yourself. And when it hits, they're going to be like, God damn, what did you do? But in the midst of you working on yourself, you going to be doubted, bro. I know folks doubt me. And guess what? I don't care. I don't care because I would look back years back and be like, damn, I'm proud of that version of myself who wasn't afraid to look foolish and fail publicly to get where he at right now. And it's going to take time. Don't think it's going to happen in a snap of a finger because it's not. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to take time, bro. Great things are worth the wait. It is. If it comes quick, you won't value it. Think about it. If somebody give you a Lambo, you're not going to value that motherfucker. You're going to be excited. You're going to have the status. Are you going to be able to keep up with it? Are you going to respect it and value it? No, because you don't have no skin in the game. You didn't work for that. Your identity don't align with that. You're not even a version of yourself who can have that right now. And it's not necessarily about a Lambo. It's just about having that lifestyle. Becoming the man who already has it. You're not that right now. Neither am I. But guess what? I'm working towards it, and so can you. Nothing in this life is impossible because the impossible has already became possible. You just have to realize that and reinforce that identity within yourself so you can be able to accomplish that. Nothing in this life is impossible, bro. Just get out of your head, dog. Get out of your head. Stop overthinking shit. Stop overanalyzing shit you cannot do anything about. If you're going to overanalyze something, overanalyze the moments you chose to play the fucking victim when you knew you should have took accountability. How can I do this better? What can I do better here? Write that shit out on paper so you can gain clarity within your mind. Pray to God, bro, because you're going to need faith along this journey. It's not going to be easy. It's not. But you want to keep taking the easy path, thinking your life gonna magically change when it's not gonna happen, bro. It doesn't happen like that, dog. It doesn't. Because do you understand how sad it is for you to continuously make the same fucking mistake over and over and over and over and over again and not do anything about it? But you want to point the finger at this person, that person, this person, that person, instead of pointing at yourself because it's your fault or why you currently at where you at right now. It's nobody else's fault. It's my fault that I'm still here right now after a year and some months. It's my fault. Because I got distracted, bro. Because I wasn't as focused as I thought I was. I didn't have no game plan. Yeah, I was taking risks, but I wasn't taking calculated risks. I was just jumping out there. That's why I messed up it. Moving out here with my sister, bro. When she already had somebody here, that shit ain't work out. Now it's just me and her here. Now I'm working on getting another apartment with her. I'm not gonna be there long. Because I have the game plan. I have the blueprint. But it's all about, Jeremiah, what are you gonna do with it? You gonna stay in your head? Or are you gonna get out of your head and just start taking continuously action? You know what you need to do. You just procrastinate because you don't know what the outcome would be. You're scared. It's okay. Be fucking scared. Be scared. Think of all the millionaires within the world. You think they weren't scared? You think of all the billionaires in the world. You think they weren't scared? Be scared. Everything worthwhile takes time, bro. Everything worthwhile takes time. Like it does. You're not just finna magically change your life overnight. Yeah, a lot of people wish they could, but it doesn't happen like that, unfortunately. Sorry, it doesn't. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make the decision. You have to. Because only you and your current self and your future self is who you're in competition with. I'm in competition with the 25-year-old version of me. He has the life that I want. I can have that now. I just gotta be willing to work harder than that version of me who was already where I want to be at. Plus more. Way plus more. So how long will you continue to stall? How long will you continue to wait? How long will you continue to give somebody else control over your life? The path has already been paid for you. Are you gonna walk that path or are you gonna be fearful? Are you gonna be scared it won't work out in your favor? Damn if it doesn't work out in your favor. Just keep going. Stop giving yourself an option of opting out. Give yourself the option and one option of going all the way in. Because that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Because understand this, no one is coming to save you, and you know that. No one is coming to save you, bro. And you know that. I know that. No one is coming to wake me up early in the morning. God gonna wake me up, but it's on me to get my ass up and get off that couch. Yeah, I don't have a bed, bro. I'm sleeping on my sister's couch. When we had company, they sleeping while I lay my head at. I hate it. But guess what? I could do something about it. And I am. And so can you. You can do something about your life, but you first got to get out of your head, bro. Because you being stuck in your head is keeping you stuck exactly where you at. But you tired of being there. Understand your life won't change until you start taking action towards that change that you want. You have to write down on paper of the man that you see yourself becoming. And if you can't vividly envision it, you don't have enough belief in yourself that it's possible. For the longest, I had a vision of myself that I was gonna be poor, bro. And that shit scared me, dog. I was like, why am I keep having this repeated like vision of myself, poor, homeless, on the street? Like, why am I keep having that vision of myself? Why the fuck am I having that vision? It scared me, bro. But I had to self-analyze. Because Jeremiah, if you don't change the direction and path that you are on right now, this is where you'll be in the future. But if you stay focused, if you lock in, if you own up to your mistakes every single day, if you write down the man you know you can become, what you are becoming, this is who you will be. This version of yourself right here. You're not going to be that version of yourself. You're going to be this version of yourself. So, which route, which path, which direction are you willing to choose? Because a divided mind is a destroyed mind. If you trying to serve the old version of yourself and you also trying to build towards a new version of yourself, this old version of you is going to override the new version of you because it's not enough belief there. Like, it's not enough belief there yet because you're not putting enough action because you're so used to being this old version of yourself. But once this version of yourself, the new version, the man you becoming, the man who has achieved everything you are willing to achieve plus more, override the old version of you, then is when you will start winning, bro. But first you got to get out your head. You gotta have gain. You must gain control over your mind. You have the ability to do that. It just takes work. And you must ask yourself, am I willing to do that work? Am I willing to put in the work towards my life, towards my goals, towards becoming the man that I'm meant to become? And if so, do the work. If not, stay the same. So with that being said, bro, I love y'all, man. I appreciate you tuning into this video. If you made it to the end, bro, I really appreciate you, man. It was straight off the top of my head, bro. Like I just came off the top of my head because, bro, like I said, I'm not perfect, man. I make mistakes. I really do. And if you want to be great at something, if you want to get better at something, it takes reps. Reps after rep after rep after rep after rep. Don't worry about how it's gonna look. just do the damn thing, bro. Just do it. So I love y'all, man. I gotta wake up 2 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep being maniacs, bro. Keep being crazy towards the life that you want. Keep being crazy towards your goals, yourself, your mindset, your finances, your wealth, your health, like your relationship with God. Cause if you don't have that, bro, that's the foundation, bro. So I love y'all, dog. I'm gone, man.